In 2003, in a prison in Florida, Donald Fitzroy, a CIA recruiter, visited Cortland Gentry, who had been imprisoned for 8 years and was still a minor when convicted of murder. After reviewing Gentry's files and background, Fitzroy offered him his freedom in exchange for working as an assassin in the CIA's Sierra program. 18 years later in Bangkok, Gentry is now employed by the CIA as an assassin under the codename Sierra 6. He is tasked with taking out a target referred to as Dining Cart. Aiding him is fellow assassin Danny Miranda, while superiors Denny Carmichael and Suzanne Brewer keep eyes on him. Before Six can take out the target, he holds back when a child shows up. Six goes off the plan and goes after Dining Cart when the fireworks outside go off. He and Miranda take out Dining Cart's goons before Six goes after the man himself. After a fight, Six fatally stabs him, but Dining Cart reveals in his dying breaths that he is Sierra 4, and Carmichael sent Six to kill one of his own guys. 4 gives Six a necklace with a chip containing information that can bring Carmichael and his cronies down. Carmichael contacts Six after, and he denies recovering anything off of 4. Six then switches clothes with a civilian before logging onto a computer to try and see what is on the chip, but he is lacking a code to log in. Six then contacts Fitzroy, who is in Baku, to inform him that he thinks Carmichael is a bad guy. Fitzroy says he will do what he can to look into it. Carmichael suspects Six knows the truth about him, to get to Six first before his deeds are exposed. Carmichael calls Lloyd Hansen a former CIA agent and a known sociopath. Delighted for another job, Hansen finds Fitzroy at a funeral and questions him about Six, but gets no answers. Hansen resorts to having Fitzroy's niece Claire be kidnapped as leverage. Later, Six is being escorted by an extraction team in Chiang Mai, when Fitzroy contacts the leader and tells him to quietly take Six out. However, Six is one step ahead of them and begins to fight and kill off the team before causing the plane to blow up and crash. He contacts Fitzroy, who tells him that Hansen has Claire. A flashback shows 2 years earlier in London, where Six and Fitzroy met with Sierra handler Margaret Cahill. Fitzroy has to take on a mission after his address was leaked, so Six is tasked with babysitting Claire, who has a heart condition. Six bonds with Claire and takes a liking to her, even getting her medical attention when she faints. Some assassins break into Fitzroy's house at night and Six kills them all before Claire gets out of bed to see what is going on. Back in the present, Six goes to Vienna to meet with his contact, Laszlo Sosa. While Six wants his help in getting him a new alias so he can go rescue Claire, Sosa betrays Six and drops him through a trapdoor so that he can collect the bounty on Six. Hansen and his goons arrive to get Six, but when Sosa demands his money, Hansen shoots him dead. Six sets up a trap as he fills the hole with water, setting off an explosion that takes Hansen's guys out. Six breaks out and kills the other goons before a brief fight with Hansen. Before Hansen can kill him, Six is saved by Miranda after she tranquilizes Hansen in the butt. Miranda is mad at Six as she's already being questioned by Carmichael after the Bangkok mission. She tranks him too and puts him in a trunk. Hansen returns to Croatia, where Claire is being kept in a mansion, and Fitzroy is brought back to her. Hansen also has his team there, along with Brewer, who chews him out for his actions. After his goons take Claire away, Hansen tortures Fitzroy by ripping off his fingernails for info on Six, but Fitzroy never budges. Six and Miranda go to Cahill's home in Prague now that she is retired. Six sent her the info on the chip, and she reveals to them that it contains all of Carmichael's shady deals and abuse of power. Hansen's guys manage to track them there and sends more assassins. After some gunfire, Cahill gives Six and Miranda a chance to escape. Once the assassins reach her, Cahill blows up her apartment with herself and the squad of mercenaries in there. The local police arrive shortly after an attempt to arrest Six. Six manages to flee the scene, but while running away, he is hit by a car. The cops proceed to handcuff him to a bench nearby. At the same time, Lloyd orders his A-team to track down Six and execute him. The A-team arrives and begins firing at Six and the police officers, killing anyone in their way. Six manages to retrieve a handgun left behind by one of the cops and uses it to fight off the mercenaries, breaking free from the handcuffs. Lloyd's men track him down to the city's metro system, leading to more gunfire, stabbings, and explosions as he kills off his pursuers. Miranda arrives driving a bulletproof car, but a gray van also arrives, wielding a grenade launcher. Multiple explosives are launched at the train, eventually causing it to crash into a building. With no other options available, Six jumps off the train and lands on the hood of Miranda's car, and the two then escape. With all his teams dead, Hansen resorts to sending his own assassin, Lone Wolf. Six and Miranda go to a hospital where Six tracks Claire down using a signal from her pacemaker. Lone Wolf attacks them, leading to a brutal 2-on-1 fight. Lone Wolf manages to snatch the necklace and then jumps out of the window. Wolf attempts to turn the police against Six before attacking the police himself, hijacks a motorcycle from the police, and escapes. Six and Miranda manage to get away with a police car. While Six tends to his wounds, Miranda asks him why he was imprisoned as a teen. Six tells her that his father considered himself a real macho man and was determined to raise his sons to turn out the same. Over the years, his father's methods became more abusive, especially towards his brother, so he decided to end it by killing his father, resulting in a 36-year sentence in prison, until Fitzroy found him and offered him a job in the CIA. Back in Croatia, Lone Wolf meets Lloyd and delivers the necklace to him. While going through the media inside the drive, Lloyd and Suzanne begin arguing about what to do with Claire and Fitzroy. Lone Wolf overhears Lloyd talking about murdering a child and appears to be bothered by the decision. Shortly after, Miranda and Six arrive and kill 2 mercenaries who were responsible for watching the outer perimeter. Miranda then launches multiple explosions towards the building to distract Lloyd and his men, while Six sneaks through the back to rescue Fitzroy and Claire. Lloyd quickly realizes Six's plan and rushes to check on his prisoners. He is furious to discover that they're gone. Meanwhile, Miranda uses a rocket launcher to destroy the control center and rushes inside to retrieve the hard drive. However, when she enters the building, she runs into Lone Wolf once again. Instead of killing Miranda, he decides to give her the hard drive, claiming that he no longer wants to work for people with no honor. Elsewhere, Six is escorting Fitzroy and Claire to safety, but Fitzroy is shot in the stomach from behind. He tells Six to leave him behind and to get Claire out of here, but Six refuses. Fitzroy tells Six that there is no time to argue, and with no other choice, Six and Claire are forced to jump off the bridge into the river below. Lloyd and his men find Fitzroy's body, but when they roll him over, it is revealed that he has a grenade. Claire and Six witness Fitzroy's sacrifice from below, but Lloyd manages to survive the explosion. Encountering another group of mercenaries, Six confronts them, allowing Lloyd to seize the opportunity to capture Claire, holding her hostage with a flare gun as he retreats into a sprawling hedge maze. Demanding Six's surrender, Lloyd's ultimatum prompts Six to empty his gun before tossing it into a nearby fountain. Claire is released and Lloyd challenges Six to a one-on-one duel. While Miranda contemplates taking a shot at Lloyd, Six instructs her to prioritize rescuing Claire. Despite Claire's initial reluctance to leave Six behind, he reassures her that their predicament is just another Thursday. The confrontation between Lloyd and Six ensues, revealing Lloyd's inadequacy against Six's prowess. Resorting to a knife, Lloyd manages to inflict multiple wounds on Six, yet Six ultimately prevails. Suzanne intervenes, shooting Lloyd dead, but she doesn't spare Six, shooting him as well. Revealing her plan to frame Lloyd for the ordeal and using witnesses to corroborate her story, Suzanne coerces Six into complying with her directives to ensure Claire's safety. Agreeing to Suzanne's terms, Six is escorted away on a stretcher. 2 weeks later, Carmichael, Suzanne, and Miranda are vindicated by the CIA's higher authorities. In Virginia, Claire is placed under house arrest as leverage to enforce Six's compliance. When Carmichael inquires about Six's location, Suzanne discloses that he is being held in the basement. However, upon investigation, they find that Six has managed to escape. In her room, Claire discovers a note from Six instructing her to turn on the record player at maximum volume. Gunshots echo through the house, muted by the blaring music, as Six arrives to reunite with and rescue Claire, cheekily asking if he's allowed to chew gum.